Welcome to the Hawley Area Community Show. I'm your host, Jody, and I'm here at Reach with someone by the name of Brian Green, who's with the Clay County Sheriff's Department, and he is the Emergency Management Director. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Jody.
Now, the reason I invited him here is I was at the health fair that was in Hawley, and I saw the words Code Red, and I didn't know what it meant, and I got a little freaked out. So I invited you to talk about just what that is and why you're representing that.
Okay, as part of my duties and responsibilities as the emergency manager for Clay County, we have developed this program along with Cass County and Fargo. It's the Code Red Weather Alert System. It's a little bit different than our regular Code Red, but I'll just explain to you kind of what it is. People have to sign up for it. And once you sign up for it, you will get notified if you have severe weather coming into your area. So they'll go off your phone, your cell phone, your regular phone, your computer, and they also text you. Oh. So once you're signed up in that program and the Weather Service issues, say, a tornado warning, and you see that polygram on TV, once that polygram has been issued by the Weather Service, it automatically goes to the Code Red system and picks out them phone numbers that belong in that area, and we'll give them a message saying that you're in a tornado warning area.
Wow! So you could you have more than one phone? Could you have your cell phone and then the regular phone and the computer?
Correct. Yes.
Information?
Yeah.
Wow.
You can have up to 3 phones, and then you can have an email address, and then if you request texting, they will also text you.
Well, I saw a lot of people signing up for it. Is this a new thing, first of all?
No, this has been, I think it's about 2 years now. This will be our second summer under this program. And, you know, it's benefit basically for the rural people that live out in smaller communities and live out in the rural areas. They don't have the luxury of sirens like they do in Fargo-Moorhead. And again, sirens is just an outdoor warning system. It's not... I mean, you can be in your house, you can be a block away, and you don't hear the siren. But the siren, again, is the same thing. Is you hear the siren, you need to find out what's going on. So you need to turn your TV on or your radio on to find out what's going on, why the siren's going off.
Sure.
So the luxury, again, is not out in the country. You're not going to hear it. So once the Weather Service issues that warning, it'll automatically go to your phone, and you'll have it on your phone no matter where you're at.
That sounds like a beautiful thing. So how would a person sign up for it?
There's 3 or 4 different ways you can do it. You know, the best way and the easiest way is just go on the Clay County website, which would be www.co.clay.mn.us, or you could just punch in Clay County, Minnesota, and it's going to bring up our website. And in that website, you'll go down to the weather warning Code Red and just click on it, and it'll open up a screen. It'll take you 5 minutes to fill it out, and you send it, and you're good to go.
And I'm assuming it's free of charge.
Yes,
right?
It does not cost anything. And also you can contact, for the people that live in Hawley, the City Hall Hawley. They have forms that you can fill out there, or you can give them their information and they can fill it out. Also, you can contact the Clay County Sheriff's Department at 299-5151. The secretaries there will help you, and they can do it over the phone.
Oh, so if you're not real comfortable doing something online or whatever, you could just, Hawley residents just could go to City Hall,
yes,
and they would help you out, get the information that
correct,
you need. Yes,
and the City of Hawley has administrative rights, so they can put the information into the Code Red system.
Wow, and so you are really encouraging people to do this, correct?
Yes. Yep.
Because you want people to know when there's some sort of disaster coming.
Correct.
Yeah,
especially for the weather warning. And again, there's 3 options there. You have a tornado warning, or a severe weather warning, and or a flash flood warning. So you can take one or the other, or you can take all 3. So whenever the Weather Service issues that statement or that warning, you would get that.
Gotcha. Okay, well, we're going to take a little break, and I want to talk a little bit more about preparedness in emergency situations, so we'll be right back. And we're back with Brian Green from the Clay County Sheriff's Department, and we're talking about some really important stuff. That's the Code Red system that you're encouraging people to sign up for. But also, I think we need to talk about just how to be prepared in the event of an emergency. So what would I, Jane Q. citizen, need to know?
Well, first of all, you yourself have to be prepared, and you should approach any disaster as an all-hazard disaster, meaning that everything is the same. If it's a chemical spill, it's a disaster. If it's a tornado, it's a disaster. If it's a flood, it's a disaster. So approach it the same way. First of all, you have to have your stuff in order. So what does that mean? Do you know where the fallout shelters are? Do you know who to call? And stuff that you can yourself take care of. Then the next step would be your family. So you have to take care of your family plan. You have to have a plan. And it all, it's kind of basic, basically, is that, okay, where do we all meet? Do we have kids that are in high school and they're going to drive themselves? If we can't get to our home, where do we go? Who do we call? Now, if you can't use your cell phone, how are you going to get a hold of somebody? You have to talk these things out. Sheltering in place for a family. The FEMA and everybody else recommends that you have enough food and supplies in your home for at least 72 hours, if not longer. Okay. Have you sat down with your family and figured out where you're going to store this food, who take care of it, who, you got to rotate it and stuff like that? And do we have medication? What about our pets?
Oh, sure.
What are we going to do with our pets? It all goes into planning. So sit down with your family, talk about your plan. First, go to the most hazard you think is probably going to happen, which probably be a tornado. Would be
you consider that the
severe
most
weather
hazard.
would be the most likely one to happen.
Okay.
And then second, we have a lot of floods around here. Maybe not so much in the Hawley area, but okay, that'd probably be your second one.
Sure.
And your third one would probably be either a chemical spill or some kind of hazard like that. What would you do then? If you can't get to your home, where would you go?
Wow. And, to be honest, I haven't thought about these things. How common is it that a family or an individual has a plan?
Well, of course, you go off by federal statistics, and, they say about 7 to 8% of all households in the United States have a plan, which is really low.
Wow,
but again,
7 to 8?
Percent.
I thought you said 78.
No,
wow,
no.
I believe that because it actually hasn't really occurred to me.
Yep, and again, it goes off. So you look at the people that live down in southern United States. They have hurricanes all the time. Them families down there are prepared.
Yeah,
they know what to do.
Sure.
Up here, last 3 years, we've had a lot of floods.
Yeah. So. Number one, know your own individual plan, and know where those shelters are, and they could find that information from City Hall, or if you're from Hawley, and then of course your family. Where would you meet? What would you do with the pets?
Medication and all that stuff.
We just had a graduation, so we've got plenty of leftover food. So right now we're good.
Yep.
But very interesting stuff. Is there a good website to get that information?
Yeah, you can go on to any of the FEMA websites or the State of Minnesota Homeland Security Emergency Management websites, and actually you can go to the Clay County website and you can get to them from there.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming. I think this was very purposeful, and thanks for all that you do.
You bet. Thank you, Joy.
And I will be more prepared. Thanks
Yes.
to you. Until next time.